Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Bob Meisler with Azamara. I thought we'd have some fun today. I thought we'd take 5 and cover a France intensive voyage all in 5 minutes, an 11-night voyage throughout France in 5 minutes. We're going to try this. So, okay, on Azamara, we have a handful of different country intensive voyages to France. They're all going to be a little bit different. Some are going to be the same, but here's the one that I just did a couple of weeks ago. We started in Bordeaux with an overnight, and then we headed to Nantes, right up the west coast on the Loire River, where we had an overnight as well. From there, we traveled to Brest up in Brittany, then over to Guernsey, the Isle of Guernsey, and St. Peter's Port, which is part of the UK. We were there until 8 p.m. and then we headed to Saint-Malo, France, which is still in Brittany, and then to Cherbourg, which is actually in Normandy. From Cherbourg, we headed to Honfleur, which is a fan favorite because it's a charming French harbor town, very photogenic. And then from there, we headed to Bruges. From Bruges, we headed to Amsterdam. So as you can tell by looking at the map, this is a very comprehensive voyage. But people ask us, why Azamara? Well, it's our smaller ships, 4 small ships, only 690 passengers or guests each. And because they're small, they can get into ports the big ships can't get into. Plus, the other great thing is we overnight more. We stay longer in port, which gives you the time to really enjoy. And on this itinerary, you're going to need it because you're going to want to unwind and stay the night and just slow down. It is the night and day difference on Azamara. But I mentioned about those ports that we visit where we actually get you closer to the heart of the city because of our small, unique ships. So for instance, in Bordeaux, where we started our voyage, we dock right on the Gironde estuary, downtown Bordeaux. That is a huge advantage because the larger ships are up in La Rochelle. That's about a 2-hour drive. That's 4 hours round trip. And trust me, when you're in Bordeaux, you want to take the time to explore the city. You want to take the time to enjoy the wineries and go out and do some shore excursions. So because we're right downtown Bordeaux and because we overnight, you're going to have more time to enjoy Bordeaux. Here's some personal photos that I took outside of Bordeaux, where we did a wine tasting and we visited some wonderful medieval towns like Saint-Emilion, etc. Just great medieval history and beautiful scenery along the way. When we're up in Nantes, stop in historical Nantes. We have an overnight. And this is charming, right on the Loire River. Look at that croque-monsieur and that wonderful architecture in Nantes. From there, we do go to Guernsey, and here's some shots that I took in St. Peter's Port. You can see the fort there and some great fish and chips there in Guernsey. From Guernsey, then we went back over to France, where we went to Saint-Malo, which is in Brittany. This is a walled seaside town full of charming architecture. Look at that church and look at the interior of the church as well. Very historical. So if you're a history buff, you're going to love this. And especially again for history buffs, we go up to Cherbourg in Normandy, and this is your gateway to the D-Day beaches, the memorial, and of course Saint Mère Église from the longest day. We have a wonderful white night. Of course, we do that once per voyage. And then we go to charming Honfleur. Look at this beautiful, idyllic French harbor town. Absolutely gorgeous. Bring home some Calvados. And then it's off to Bruges. And then from Bruges, we do finish up in Amsterdam. So you're touching France, you're touching Belgium, and you're also touching the Netherlands. This has been a France intensive Take 5 with Bob Meisler from Azamara. We'd love to have you join us on this French escape. Take care and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.